So have you ever heard of the Dunder Megamall? A few years ago here in Saskatchewan, it was a really big deal in the province. The concept was this Saskatoon-based company called Brighton View would build a gigantic mall. That facility would be about 300,000 square feet, all in the tiny town of Dundurn, about a half hour south of Saskatoon. This $130 million facility would have hundreds of condos inside, units the company would sell to Chinese entrepreneurs. Those business people would then immigrate to Canada from China and set up shop at the Dunder Megamall and sell their electronics or home renovation products, whatever, into the North American marketplace. Brighton View's VP of Government Relations and former New Democrat Member of Parliament, Lauren Nystrom, says this concept is a winner.
It's a magnificent business investment opportunity here in the province of Saskatchewan in Canada, and a real opportunity for new international entrepreneurs to enter and succeed in the North American market.
It was announced in 2013 and was supposed to open in 2015. So far, this is all Brighton View has built. But the company insists the project is not dead. And then in 2014, Brighton View made a similar announcement in Chatham, Kent, Ontario. They even had a groundbreaking ceremony. There's Lauren Nystrom on the far right of that photo. This project was supposed to open in 2016, but nothing's been built and the project appears dead. And then, earlier this month, this.
I officially declare the Global Trade and Exhibition Center construction is underway.
Right.
A ribbon-cutting ceremony at the Global Transportation Hub, where the company plans to build a wholesale mall similar to that Dundurn project. The Saskatchewan government is excited about the project. The Premier even went to China and spoke at an event promoting Brighton View's new project. And the Minister of the Economy attended the ribbon-cutting.
I think that everything is looking very positive. I've had some very good discussions with Brighton View as well over the past number of months, and we're really optimistic.
But not everyone is so positive about this relationship. I've spoken with several people who are surprised that the Saskatchewan government's working so closely with Brighton View, given the company's history. One of those people who are concerned is this man, Richard Z. Now, his beef is not directly with Brighton View, it's with a Toronto company called Canmax, which had been closely affiliated with Brighton View. Canmax companies and Brighton View were founded by the same people, and they have been closely tied to one another. Speaking about Canmax, Z says,
they are cheating. So I think the government should take some action because we don't want more people to get cheated by them.
Back in 2011, Z hired Canmax to help his sister immigrate to Saskatchewan. He paid the company $25,000. 3 years later, the company had failed to bring his sister to the country, and when he asked for a refund, the company said it was out of money.
I realized something really wrong with Canmax.
Z approached the Saskatchewan government and asked for all the documents on his file, and he discovered his case had been rejected 2 years earlier. Canmax had submitted a letter to the government from an employer supposedly offering a job to Z's sister. But Z discovered the company didn't exist. Neither did the company's address.
So that's why my sister get refused, because this job letter is a fake job letter.
In an interview, Canmax said if it submitted fake job letters, that would not be the company's fault. They would have come from a third-party company, not from Canmax directly. Now, Canmax has been sued by about 20 people, alleging that they paid thousands of dollars for immigration services that haven't happened. The company, in its statements of defense, has said that if people lost money in these arrangements, it's their own fault. The company says it's done nothing wrong. So, what about the connection between Canmax and Brighton View? Brighton View's spokesperson, Lauren Nystrom, acknowledges there used to be a relationship between the two companies. As recently as a few weeks ago, Canmax was on Brighton View's website, listed as a business partner. However,
there is no relationship now with Canmax at all, and there hasn't been for quite some time.
Now, in the course of our research, something else really jumped out at us, and that is the Canmax companies and Brighton View were founded by the very same people. Joe Zhao, who's currently Brighton View's CEO, was the founder of a couple of Canmax subsidiaries, in addition to founding Brighton View. The other founder was this man, Mike New. He's a founder of both Canmax and Brighton View. We've also learned that New has been wanted by the Chinese government for fraud. So how do we know that? Well, we've obtained Interpol documents that show the Chinese government wanted New for loan fraud. This was posted in early 2015 on Interpol's website. It's since been removed from the public site. No one's able to explain why. Now, the I-Team asked Toronto-based paralegal James Bush about that Interpol posting. Bush has acted as New's legal representative. He told us that we had information he didn't have access to and or was not prepared to discuss. Brighton View says it doesn't know anything about that Interpol request either. It does acknowledge Mike New used to be connected to the company.
He was an investor. He was a director at one time. He was a person that he's a person that had a lot of contacts.
Now, while New was removed as a director of Brighton View in early 2016, employees and former employees of Brighton View's marketing arm have told us he's the boss of the Vancouver office. We tried getting in touch with New directly to ask him about all of this. He hasn't responded to our many requests. Geoff Leo, CBC News, Regina.